Welcome back again. This will probably be the last of the announcements here today. So today what we're going to do is just show you a little bit of a teaser. This is the inside of the frunk. So tomorrow we're going to be looking at this area. But today what I'm going to do is, or right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer 3 or 4 questions that have come in. The first one, I'm not even going to try and pronounce names, but anyways, the first one is, what is the industry standard for gaps? The industry standard is whatever the company that wants to have a gap dictates. So it's consistency that you really need, not necessarily the number. 3.5 to 4 millimeters is about the average that people try and get, but they want that 3.5 to 4 inch millimeter gap to be consistent around the whole car. So no matter where I put the gap gauge, I'm going to see 3.5 to 4 millimeters. Number 2 is the suspension dammer. What's the pros and cons of the bands versus bolts? So this is the upper control arm for the Model 3, and if you have a look, you can see that they've used a banding process to hold this in place. And if you also look, you'll see that this is potted as well. On the new one, on the Model Y, what we've got there is the upper control arms made out of plastic, and the damper is actually screwed in place. So this is going to make no difference whatsoever as far as the performance of the vehicle is concerned. But it will make it a lot less expensive. So we look at the 2 screws that they're using to hold in here. That's a lot less expensive, and a lot, as far as I'm concerned, I feel a lot more comfortable with that than I do with the potting and the 2 bands. There's no real reason to go there. So we're pretty excited about the improvements that Tesla's made. And by the way, for those who didn't know, Truck of the Year is the Ram. And they use something very similar to what Tesla has used on this vehicle. And bear in mind, a Ram is an off-road kind of a vehicle. Banging around and whatnot is what it does every day. So this is more than enough. Sorry, this one here is more than enough of a design to get the job done. What's the next one? Number 3. What was this car delivered to us directly from Tesla or a resale? Okay, well, now we start talking about credibility. If I was getting something for free from Tesla, a free car, it'd be very, very difficult for me to have credibility. Not only that, it goes against my moral standards. We don't ever do that. If we're going to be doing something in-house, then what we do is we'll buy the car. In this case, I bought it from a dealer, and it cost me an extra 20 grand. And that's the way it is. I mean, I want to make sure that there's an arm's length between us and them, and that's kind of like how we do it. So maybe in the future there might be some kind of collaboration between Munro and Tesla, but not right now. So that's kind of the way it works. Number 4. Okay, so I keep saying that I'm doing everything and whatnot. So what kind of tools does Sandy use? This is my toolbox, or what's left of my toolbox. I had nothing but Snap-on tools when we started the company, and if you look over here at Stuart's box, mine wasn't quite as big as that, but it was big. But when we started the company, I needed to kind of distribute those tools all over the place, and I have no clue where they are now. This box came because we bought another company that went out of business, and it was a French company, and they had been donated a whole bunch of tools, and that's my toolbox. So they work okay, but if anybody from Snap-on's listening, I'd love to have a Snap-on toolbox full of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to, that was shameless, but I don't care. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with the last view here. You can see that this is kind of going to be an exciting day tomorrow when we start looking at everything underneath here. It's very compact, really, really well organized. So tomorrow, you'll have something to wake up for. Thanks so much, and bye. Good night.